What's up, minions? It's been a few days since my last video, but today is September 4th, 2023. Today is Monday, and it's actually Labor Day. So yeah, what's been going on? Been doing a lot. It's been a long weekend. It's been nice. Last week was cool. Um, just kind of, I don't know. I think talked about last video, just kind of like a slower work week. Definitely ready for like a busier work week. That'll be like nice. And that was a nice little break before tomorrow. Let's see what we do. Start off with like volleyball or the spike out domestic violence. With our work team. That was pretty cool. Overall, we got our butts kicked, but playing was fun. I think it was cool hanging out with everybody. Um, and yeah, it was pretty cool. We did our like kind of ended abruptly. Could have ended better, I would say. Um, and this was on Saturday, but I don't know, like kind of the team just kind of quit. Like we got our seating and we went into like the bracket, and if we lost, so I think we would have just been out. But yeah, I don't know, like the team just kind of quit, and enough people just kind of like left where we just had to disqualify ourselves. Like we just didn't have enough people to play. So that was kind of a bummer, but um yeah, I don't know. And I was like, then we went to like me and my girlfriend went to my mom's. She has like a boat, so we went to like a lake and hung out and cooled down because it was like a hot. It was like I don't know how hot it was, but it was really really hot. Um, enough where like our feet were like burning on the sand at the volleyball court, but yeah, that was like interesting. I did find myself like I don't really get mad or like upset very often. It takes a lot, but I don't know, for some reason like I was kind of pissed that like the team just quit. Like I felt like it was just like really just like a weak move, and in a way like I mean it messes up the bracket, messes up the tournament, like because they have teams playing, you have like whatever, like this number seed versus this number seed. And so just like for the sake of like I don't know, like just kind of embarrassing to like mess up the tournament. And like I don't know, just felt very like selfish, very like weak minded, just because I don't know, people kind of committed to it and then suddenly they're just like we're over it. And like I don't know if any other teams quit, like for sure one, which was us, and that was like I don't know, just kind of felt embarrassing. But it wasn't like I don't know, I'm sure there was like a pride thing somewhere in there, because like I was kind of thinking about like why did I get as like upset about it as I did. And so I kind of had to like search myself, because it wasn't just about like because it was very lighthearted. It wasn't like like we weren't gonna like go far. Like it wasn't really about the competition, and it wasn't about winning or losing. I think it was just more so like the quitting uh just felt like very like upsetting, because I can't remember like I don't know, like I grew up playing sports and stuff like that. So I always like to compete, and whether I'm on a good team or like a bad team or whatever, like I just like to go out and play. And if you lose, you lose, and if you win, sweet. That's ideal. But um, I just never had it. I don't know. Like I've never seen like a group of people just kind of like quit, and it was just like very weird to me. Like I think I just kind of was like out of my element. Um, and I don't know. So now I was like thinking about, because we were driving out to like the lake. Me and my girlfriend were driving out to meet my mom and my sister and her husband and things like that. And I don't know, just like in a really annoyed mood. Um, and try not to let it like bother me too much, because like we're going out, like there's nothing to complain about. Like it's nothing really all that important at the end of the day. But I know it like it hit me in the way it did. So I was kind of just trying to think to myself, like, why is this, like, why am I reacting to it in the way that I am? Because I don't know, Bailey, my girlfriend, was on the same team. Like she was kind of relieved. I think she was kind of ready to be done too. It was like a long day, and like the communication through the event was like kind of frustrating and things like that. So I get like why people wanted to quit. Um, just to kind of move on with their day and go cool down and things like that. But um I don't know, like she just took it for what it was. It wasn't really like that big a deal because it wasn't. Um and but like then me, like I kind of took it more like, I don't know, I just got more like upset and frustrated about it. And so like with everything, there's like a message like for everybody, like something means something, like um everyone has like associations with things, and different things can happen and triggers. Like one song, like a song could come on and I think of one thing one way about it, and the person next to me like might break down in tears because like there's some other association with that song. And so whatever that is, and like in this situation, like it was like the quitting is how I took it. And like I think my girlfriend, she just took it as like uh oh well, it sucks and wasn't that big a deal. But um I think for me it just like, I don't know, I know like I don't know, I think it took me back to like a place where like, I don't know, I felt just like weaker in my own life, like when I was like more likely to just kind of quit because it was tough, or I didn't really have like as much motivation or drive, or um I don't know, like having goals and coming up short. And I don't know, like I know like where I'm at now, like I'm a lot more like confident, and I'm a lot more like know what I want out of life and things like that. For the most part, like I still, like everyone struggles, and I still struggle with things, of course, but like I think there was just a time in my life where like I felt just a lot less like self-confident and things like that. So I think like just that abrupt quitting for that in that moment like took me back to like that place of like I don't want to just quit anymore. Like I don't want to just give up on things and things like that. And I think most recently, like honestly, like thinking about it, I think like that idea of like quitting kind of took me to like my mindset when I was going through like my divorce. Um, because I don't know how much I've talked to about it. I probably talked about it in bits and pieces, but like it wasn't like I didn't really want to like it wasn't my idea to like follow through on the divorce or even present the idea of divorce and things like that. And that's like the ultimate quitting, like on your family and kids, and for like ending that to like seek out other opportunities and whatever it might be. And um just because it's like, I don't know, a little like inconvenient, or and for whatever various reasons. And that's not to say like I wish I was still married. I'm not saying that at all. Just like at the time, at that, when in my place in my life, like I would have never considered getting divorced, because like of our kids, So I think for a moment, even though they're completely like volleyball and divorce and like my younger 20s, all of these things are not remotely connected, but they are in like that feeling in that moment of like that emotion that's associated with that trigger, if that makes sense. Not necessarily like the trigger itself, but just that feeling is like, those feelings can be like time machines. It takes you back to like a certain age where I don't know, you just dealt with it however you dealt with it. You didn't like grow from it or whatever it was. And I know I have personally speaking like kind of moved on to like learn how to move on from that feeling of feeling less confident or inadequate, or I don't know, whatever it might be. So I think that all that to say, I think that is what I was struggling with, like when the team like quit and like uh kind of just left the tournament abruptly and not following through. It's like those things where like I just don't like, I try like I don't still want to like do that in my life, and then to like be powerless in the situation. Like I can't force people to play or be motivated or anything like that. And like just like I can't force like my wife at the time to like not want to get divorced. Like so, so there's a correlation there. It's like very loose correlation, but to me, in my mind, it's not such a loose correlation. But so I think that's what that was. And like that is what it is. But I moved on pretty quick. I don't know. Like it is what it is. Went to the lake, had a good time. cooled down. That felt good. And then spent like the rest of the weekend with my girlfriend. I think she's like out taking a nap right now. Just because it's been long, you know. We after so that was Saturday, went to the lake, and then did some like dinner, and then what's Sunday? Um, what did we do? Went downtown. I did some photography. So if you want to check that out, go to like my Minion of Kios Instagram page. It's photography. I got some new ones uploaded there, but and feel free to just steal them. I don't, if you like them, just steal them. I don't sell anything. I don't do anything to make any money off anything associated with my Minion of Kios stuff. So like I just ask, you know, if you use a photo, just like credit my page. Like that's cool. That's all I ask. But you don't even have to do that. It's whatever. But yeah, check that out. I don't know. Just likes are cool, I guess. But did photography. I love that. I love just watching people. Um I think it's fun trying to find those pictures where that picture will just tell a story. Um and a lot of it is just kind of what I was talking about earlier, of just like us projecting our stories onto these images and these other people, assuming like that's where the assumptions kind of come from, is just I like applying like what we know from our life onto these like other people, um, other random people in these pictures and going about their day and things like that. So I think that's what's like fun about photography. And um no, I'm just trying to find those moments. I tried to find some, wouldn't say like they're all like amazing or anything like that, but I know I'm like my harshest critic. So but that was fun. Just again walking around and enjoying that time with her and kind of being in the zone with that. Omaha's got like a really cool downtown area. It's called like the Gene Leahy mall. It's just like a big open outdoor area. I think people are starting to call it Jim Leahy from like Trailer Park Boys, just because of all the fights and kind of like crappy things that go down like out there. But um, so officially Gene Leahy, unofficially Jim Leahy. But it's still fun. It's a nice seeing people down there, getting those pictures, and just yeah, just kind of takes me back in my mind. Like I know like a few videos back I talked where um it always just is like interesting to me and blows my mind how we're just entire worlds just whizzing past each other. And you know, sometimes we collide and sometimes we miss. And you know, um yeah, like I said, like in those pictures and watching people, like they just live these entire lifetimes, and you don't know what people are going through or what they've been through, and like all the good and bad. And because like a day to day just walking around, like me and my girlfriend were kind of talking about it, but it's just like I don't know, just everyone just like feels like an NPC. You know, you just walk around and there's all these just random faces and like clumps of cells just moving around you, and they come and they go, and maybe you more than likely never see them again. And it's just like you're in this, yeah, like virtual reality. I don't like not even virtual reality, but you're just surrounded by these entities and um NPCs basically. But like I said, they're just like these entire worlds with their own history and lifetimes lived. And it's just like, yeah, I think that's just what I love about being out and about. And I don't know, my social media runs out pretty quick. Like when I'm talking to people and I'm socializing and things like that, like I'll be friendly and I can hang and I can do whatever and have a good time. And I like socializing, and not like a life of the party by any means, but I like talking to people. But like it'll like wear me out. Like I'll get burnt out pretty quick. But just being amongst people like energizes me. Like going downtown and doing photography, like I could walk around like for hours just like watching people and being around people and being around that energy. Um and then yeah, like is awesome. But yeah, if I'm talking and I'm like at a party and socializing, like I'll last like an hour or two and then I'm like ready to go. But um yeah, but that's really all I got. I don't know. I probably had other thoughts on my mind, but it's been a few days. But um that's really it. I don't really have much else. So I'm gonna get out of here, and you all have a great rest of your Labor Day and have fun going back to work.